Hello and welcome. My name is Cat Kabira, and thank you so much for choosing to take this yoga journey with me. I've been practicing yoga for 20 years. I live in Bali, Indonesia, and I've really had the pleasure to teach so many different types of people throughout my teaching career. And I've really been able to witness the power, the transformational power, in a very simple way of what yoga can do for someone in their life. These 3 yoga classes were designed specifically for beginner yoga students who want to try yoga for the first time, and for some reason or another, maybe you have some injuries, maybe you've been ill, maybe you just have some lack of flexibility, or it's difficult to stand or lay down, where using a chair would be more helpful. You'll see that we have the joint series, which is designed to increase the mobility and fluidity in the joints. There's the neck, shoulders, wrist, and jaw series, which delve deeper into opening and unlocking any of the tension in those areas. And finally, there's the hip, leg, and balance series, which will both strengthen and create more flexibility in these areas. So the beauty of chair yoga is that this is something that you can commit to and really find some growth, whether you choose to stay with chair yoga solely, as there's a lot of variations and ways to advance your practice as you go further. You may find, depending upon the reasons why you're doing chair yoga in the first place, that you start to find different connections. You may even find that things that you thought were impossible before, simply by choosing to be more mindful, grounded, and connected to your body, suddenly you have this ability to maybe even balance without the chair. You may even find that at some point you can start to practice other forms of non-chair yoga. What's fun about this is that these series were designed in a way, and you'll notice that maybe compared to some other practices, they may seem a little bit slower. That was specifically done so that you can also begin the mindfulness practice. In yoga, there are so many ways to approach the body, and actually the physical, the asana side, is just one iota of the entire practice. What we would call the more advanced yoga practitioner, that's more the meditation, that's the breath work. And to really start to understand the true health and magic of the body, it's to start to cultivate a much more subtle awareness. So the invitation for you is to draw yourself inwards, to slow down, and to start to sense yourself in a much more subtle way. You'll notice that in every single video, we have a mindfulness breathing practice in the beginning. And that's just a way for you to start to sense your breath and also the sensations in your body in a much different way. Then we move through our movement series. And finally, you'll see that we have our mindfulness relaxation, also called Shavasana. Of course, especially if you start to use these videos on an ongoing basis, you may want to start to play around with different ways to begin your practice with breathing and having a more extended deep relaxation or Shavasanas. You may find that you want to press pause somewhere and go even more with the pose that we're playing with. You may find too in the beginning that I might be asking you a lot, so feel free to modify, slow it down, take some breaks. I find this entire chair series really fun. It's amazing how by committing yourself every single day to 5 minutes a day, if you can do the full series, how you can make such a change in your body simply by taking a moment to stop, become aware of your body, notice your breath, bring yourself into present time, and start to pay attention to individual parts of your body. You'll be amazed by suddenly the increased flexibility, strength, and energy that you have. Of course, the most important thing is that you enjoy yourself. There is so much joy and pleasure in being in the body. I mean, that's why we were given this body in the first place. So your invitation is really to focus on what can you do, to start to fascinate upon the gifts and joys of just having all of these body parts and starting to bring awareness, mindfulness, and movement there. So the yogic attitude, which some would call ahimsa, meaning non-violence. Another way to think of it as loving kindness. Every time you're practicing, congratulate yourself, really support yourself. There are days where we're just a little bit tighter or not as able to do certain things. And really the practice is meeting yourself where you're at in this moment. So you're just here to feel what's going on and stay curious and just notice, this is how I'm feeling right now, whether we're talking about it physically, emotionally, or mentally. All of us are learning how to be in the human body. And it really is amazing once we pay attention and devote some time to this, how the body starts to open up. So really allow the possibility for you, no matter what your history is, that there can be some huge evolution and growth. And especially if you start now, it's amazing what your practice will look like in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. This really is the moment for you to allow yourself to get inspired, to get excited about all the possibilities, to really open your mind to who you really can be in your body. And first and foremost, let the delight, let the love of being in your body really guide you in that way. Age really doesn't have to be any sort of limitation. And part of the practice of yoga is starting to play with, okay, maybe you've had a hip replacement, maybe you've had knee surgery, maybe you've had your shoulder dislocated or torn, or you've had different things. Maybe you have a certain disease, something going on. But still, any sort of limitation that we have, and we all have them, really is an invitation to step in. And there's a certain gift there in which we can really find some deep power and possibilities. So I am excited for you. I'm really excited for you to start this and don't stop. Keep going. Have fun. The body loves to be checked in with. The body loves to move. Notice how amazing it feels to breathe. And I'm really happy that you've chosen to take this journey with me. So thank you so much. Congratulations for choosing to start this series. And I look forward to seeing you in each and every class.